Hi, this is Marilyn Foster with the Book Club, Day 79. Welcome you, and we're talking about John chapter 11 today. And it talks about the death of Lazarus and the resurrection of Lazarus. I love this story. Jesus had been told by his father that Lazarus was going to die. He wasn't going to be healed, but he was going to be raised from the dead. And so this was a different miracle. And his disciples didn't understand it. And a lot of times when we're talking with the Lord and he instructs us to do something, sometimes people don't understand that, and we need to obey him anyway. And this was a time that Jesus received instructions from his father, and he told him, he said, let's go raise Lazarus from his sleep. He said, well, if he's asleep, he'll be all right. He said, no, he died. And then one of the disciples said, well, let's just go die with him. And so, it's just, they just didn't understand. But, with us, when the Lord tells us to do something, even if people don't understand, we still need to obey the Lord. So he went up, and Martha and Mary and Lazarus were good friends of Jesus. He loved them dearly. And Martha met him the first time, and he said, Jesus, if he'd been here, my brother wouldn't have died. And he said, well, Martha, your brother will live again. He said, well, I know he'll be raised up in the resurrection. He said, yeah, but I am the resurrection and the life. And if you believe in me, even if you are dead, yet shall you live. He said, do you believe this? And she said, well, I believe he'll rise in the resurrection. So she still didn't quite get it. And then Mary met him just a little while later and said, Lord, if you'd been here, Lazarus wouldn't have died. And he had to go on with what the Father told him to do, as we do. People don't understand. Jesus was taught by his Father, and so he went on. He knew a good thing was coming. And so he told him, roll away the stone. And Martha, she said, well, Lord, he's been dead 4 days. That's going to be a smell. And he didn't pay any attention to that. So they rolled away the stone, and then Jesus said, Lazarus, come forth. And his words brought Lazarus out as he was bound head and foot. I mean, they have done this in movies different ways, but if he was bound head and foot, I think that the power of God brought him out. And then he said to the people around him, he said, loose him and let him go. And so it was a mighty thing, a powerful thing. And it's one thing that Jesus didn't say, if he said come forth, everybody would have come forth by the power of God. But he said, Lazarus, come forth. That was a mighty thing and a powerful thing. And it was he paid a price for that. People didn't understand. The Pharisees wanted to kill him, but he obeyed his Father, and it was a wonderful thing. And the last thing I wanted to share with you is that when Jesus told the people around him, loose him and let him go, God will do great works in a lot of our lives, but he needs us to help loose people and let them go, to get those grave clothes off them, the things of the death, of the stuff of this life, to help them to be free, to walk free. So I pray this message has blessed you, has helped you, and I pray the Lord will really touch you today and minister to your life. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.